All right, let's do this. It says recording, so it's recording. Hey guys, KevTech here, bringing another video on information technology. I hope you guys are having a good day. Happy Thursday. And today I have an interview with someone in Tier 2 support. I'm waiting for him to join. Let's see if he joins. And without further ado, let's get this interview on the way. So I just set up my camera just now, and this is live recording. So let's see if he shows up. So he's supposed to show up any second now. I do have a meeting with him at 5:30 on the dot, so we'll see if he shows up. This is someone from Tier 2 support. He does almost something similar to what I do, and I want to get more information about that, but I also want to make this video because it will tell you, and it'll show you guys how to get into IT, and it'll show you guys, like, what do you have to do if you're trying to work in IT. Hello. I don't see you yet. I see you enter the chat, but I don't see you. You should see me, hopefully.
Hello?
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you in my headset though.
My mic should work. You should hear me.
Hello?
Yeah, you should hear me. My sound works, so probably gotta change your sound. You probably gotta change your sound settings.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Yeah, my mic is working, so.
That's weird. This never not works. I use Zoom at work all the time.
Let
me restart this.
Yeah, let me know if you, because my sound is working.
Yeah, it's set to use my headset.
Yeah, double check your sound settings. Yeah, both my sound and mic is working. Just I see the mic sound go up and down. Yeah, it is working, so. Having some technical difficulties. All right, it's fine. You know, this is going to be a real conversation when I take out my coffee mug. When I take out the coffee mug, you know it's going to be a real crazy conversation.
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah. I don't know why, but Zoom muted itself in the volume mixer. Like
it doesn't like your voice. That's probably why.
It might have actually been the last meeting. I had to mute the volume. We had a call. We had a meeting. I got a call while the meeting was going. So I had to mute the meeting and then take the call. So that's probably what it was.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's
so funny.
You see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, sorry. What you were saying? Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was like really close from not making this. I'm still in the middle of a ticket right now, but it's no big deal. I'm probably gonna have to escalate this ticket anyway because it's McAfee stuck and I can't do anything about it because I think somebody ruined it. I think they removed the file that I need to be there to actually uninstall it.
So did they remove the McAfee file and like C program files? Is that what happened, or?
Well, it's there, but when you go to use the uninstaller, literally nothing happens. So I got the McAfee agent uninstalled, but McAfee endpoint is still installed. Like there's an actual endpoint security platform on it. So
Mm-hmm.
whoever the previous IT was, they were probably using McAfee for their AV solution, and so it's probably be controlled by a server that they control. So the only way you can uninstall it is with like a key, probably.
Got it. So you can't remove it at all from registry or from the C drive program files.
Well, I mean, you can remove it from registry, but it's still going to show up as installed, probably.
Did you try
It's still
Revo?
running.
Did you try Revo uninstaller?
Yeah, Revo actually doesn't even show it as being installed, and you can't even use Hunter mode because there's no actual icon to put it over to uninstall it.
Oh my God! Wow, that's
Yeah, so
crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
And the worst part is that the whole reason we're doing this is because they're upgrading this machine to Windows 10, and they can't do it with McAfee installed.
Yeah, that makes total sense. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with Windows 10. It's just not really happy with it. If that makes sense, it doesn't like it. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So
makes
that's what I'm
sense.
dealing with, and I've been dealing with it for like an hour now. I just want to punch it. I'm on Reddit looking for solutions, and I can't find anything because that's where I'm at. Like I ended up on Reddit. You know it's bad when you're troubleshooting. You end up on Reddit. Like so, yeah. Well, I'm Ray. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm Kevin. You
It,
you
it
know you know who I am. I think you know
yeah.
who I am.
Well, it's so weird. Like I saw your face when I opened the Zoom. I'm like, I'm not watching his YouTube video. I'm like, oh yeah. Like that's so strange. It's
I
crazy.
I literally took a cab like right now going from Brooklyn
Yeah.
to Queens where I live because I was in a rush. I didn't want to miss the meeting. So I
Yeah.
took a cab and literally when I took the cab driver looked at me. He's like, "Oh, he's like, what do you work?" And I work in IT support. And he's like, "Oh, you do IT?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, that's funny. I'm studying my Security Plus right now." And then I started having a whole conversation with him. And then I had him subscribe to my YouTube channel and I show him stuff that I have on YouTube. He's like, "Oh my God, thank you. I did not know you have all this stuff on YouTube." I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry about it, man. I do things for free to help people." And then I was just giving him advice on how to get into IT and stuff like that. It was interesting. It was an interesting cab ride,
Well,
basically.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, man. When you have a YouTube channel, it people hear that and they're like, "Oh, really?" Like people like flock to that kind of thing for sure.
Yeah, he was asking me, oh, how do you got into IT? What was your first job? What did you do in your first job? What did you do in your second job? What do you do
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Asking me a bunch of questions, and he's like, oh my God, how did you get into IT? Like, I can't even get a job in IT, and then I
Well,
just started showing him stuff. So,
I think the main problem is like, um, people like don't understand. Like people ask what you do because there's no information out there to tell people what an IT guy actually does. Like, oh, that's an IT guy. He messed with the computers, you know. And I feel like that's why your channel is great because you actually tell and show people what you do in IT. Because when people think of IT, like, oh, they fix computers, oh, that's cool. But it's not really just that, you know. Like, there's a lot more to it, and people just don't understand and know. And I'm happy that you have your channel because I was actually thinking about making a help desk channel. I was like, I'm not really into like the whole like camera and talking to a camera thing,
mm-hmm,
and so you know, it's not my thing. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
like that's kind of why I didn't do it. So I'm glad you're doing it. So yeah, it's cool, man. That's real cool. Definitely.
So so like going back into I guess what you do, I guess are you like help desk or IT support level two? What exactly do you do or what do you deal with or what company do you work in or what industry do you work in? Is it
Yeah.
like finance, healthcare? What do you do exactly? What company do you work in? Basically. I'm obviously not gonna ask like what your company name is or any of that. I just want to know what industry are you part of and what do you do and stuff like that.
First, I'm gonna try to get my camera to work. Hold on one second. All right, there we
There
go.
we go.
Yeah, there
There
we
we
go.
go.
It's really bad quality. I am so sorry. I never use a camera.
No, it's okay. Like it's okay.
Yeah,
As soon as I saw your face with the camera, I'm like, we're gonna
yeah.
get along just fine because I have a beer and you have a beer.
Here, that's a little better lighting. This lighting over here is a little harsh.
Yeah.
Um,
So.
so yeah, I work for a Third-party help desk. Okay. So this is the best way I can explain it. Is
MSP?
what kinda. So say you're an MSP, okay, and your client is Giant Eagle, and you know who Giant Eagle is?
No, I'm not familiar with that
Oh,
company.
Walmart. Walmart. Say your client's Walmart, okay?
Hmm.
And you went into Walmart and Walmart bought your solution for like setting up their servers or fixing their environment or migrating them to Office 365 from on-premise. So they purchased your MSP services, and then Walmart's like, okay, cool, that's done, but now we need people to support it, right? So the MSP goes to Walmart and says, hey, I have like 150 help desk guys, or I have a help desk that I can provide to you for this much money, and so they buy those services, and that help desk is me and 100 and some other guys, plus people in a different country. So we have global support and we have U.S. support. We have
So,
more U.S. support because that's where it started.
so
But
sorry, I'm interrupting
it's
you.
okay.
So I was saying you're like CenturyLink or Gotham or AlphaServe. I don't know if you know any of those companies. Basically, they're a third-party vendor that basically. So AlphaServe or CenturyLink, AlphaServe is a company that basically basically say for example, because I work in a hedge fund environment, so it's a hedge fund, right? And
Yeah.
we did Cisco Mountain Rack and Stack. We installed Cisco routers, right? So now
Right.
we need a third party or a person in the middle to actually support it. So we
Right.
have Alpha Serve that comes in the middle that actually supports it and takes care of any of the
Yeah.
issues before coming to us, which is like kind of like the MSP. So basically, you kind of have like the middleman. So you're like the middleman basically of everything before it goes to the MSP, I guess, if that
Yeah.
makes
No,
sense.
that's literally what we are. Like, it only goes the MSP if it's out of scope. Like, say they call when our server's down, it'll either go to we have a knock, and they have a lights out management service that can get the server on, but if they can't, we have to send it to the MSP. Or say a hard drive fails, we can't fix that. Like, we can't come to Canada and fix your hard drive, because we support all over the world.
Yeah, yeah.
So we call them and they go on site, they fix it. So like we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Tier 4 is the MSP, and it's the same thing. We're the middleman. We're doing all the software support pretty much. We diagnose hardware issues, but we don't fix them necessarily. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's level 2. So like tier 1 is just basic troubleshooting, and after, I mean, if you want me to explain kind of like how the job is, I can do that.
Yeah, yeah. So are there like is there like I'm guessing you're more like I'm gonna break it down. I guess you're more
Yeah.
like I guess tier one for I'm gonna give you what my opinion is. Man, I could be wrong or right, but I guess
Yeah, that's fine.
tier one for you is probably like help desk, and then tier two is probably more like a service desk, senior service desk. Like it's a little level elevated. It's
Yeah.
escalated. Oh, I can't do this and that, so I'm gonna escalate it to tier two and stuff
Yep.
like that. I'm guessing. I'm not. I'm just
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like our tier 1 technicians are real smart. We have some that, aren't there yet, but we have a lot that are really good. And anyone can escalate a ticket to tier 2, but the premise of it is when you get an inbound call, if that tier 1 technician can't resolve that issue in 40 minutes, they reach out to us. So they exhausted knowledge base internally, partner knowledge base, Google, anything that they can find. If they can't get it done in 40 minutes, they message us in Teams and we take over the call or whatever, if it's a chat. If we can't take it over, we give them next steps. And if they can't resolve the issue with the next steps, they usually assign the ticket to us and then we call the client. So we'll do research and then call them. It's basically like that.
Well,
But I also do inbound calls as well
got it.
because we
Got
get
it.
really busy.
Got it. Got it. And I'm guessing are you work from home? Is that what's going on right
Yeah,
now?
yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
guessing
work
you work
remotely.
remotely? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I have an office. It's an hour away, so I only go in like when there's meetings or if they have like free food or something.
Well, you can't say no to free food.
Yeah,
Even if it's like a beer or go out to
yeah,
drink or something, you can't say no to that. I'm not gonna say no
yeah.
to that.
I
I
have
literally got invited for something like that too, so I have to go.
yeah.
So it's
I,
just
like I have a desk and stuff. It's an hour away, and it just makes more sense for me to work remotely.
too
I
far
don't have
away.
to go, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
too
a
far
drive.
away, man. It's too
I mean,
much.
it's
Yeah.
it is a drive, but you know, I like when I get there, I like being around those people. You know, like the environment is great. Like the people, you know, around me, like we talk, and you know, it's nice getting out. You know, you get kind of you know, work from home's good, but it's also bad because you grow this giant beard. You know, you wear your pajamas all day. You know, so like
Mhm.
and you get kind of cabin fever sometimes, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I work from home every once in a while, but my
Yeah,
situation is a little different. I can't work from home like crazy. I can only work from
right.
home maybe once or twice a month
Yeah,
because I do IT support, but I do white glove support. So they need me in the office. I can't really physically be at
right,
home.
right. Yeah,
My job's a little crazy because I deal with people that make a lot of money. They're like the founders of the hedge fund, and
right.
basically they have high expectations and they want things to work right away,
Yeah,
and they get very antsy and crazy, and they you
yeah,
deal with people that are nice and friendly, you deal with people that are bipolar, you deal with people that are sad, you deal with people that are sad, that are angry, you deal
yeah,
with people that are upset, you deal with people
yeah.
that 1 second they're happy, 1 second they're not happy. You know, it's just a combination of different types of personalities in the office that I work in, and
Yeah,
I have to basically uh that's what they told me. I basically pampered them, if that makes
yeah,
sense. I don't like saying that word, but basically
yeah,
that's basically what I deal with because
yeah.
we have more than one office, so the office that I work in, we make the most money out of all the other offices because they're all executives and VPs. They
Right.
make the most money, and those people are they're very aggressive with you. But they have grown to like me actually, so I haven't had any issues with anybody at the moment. Sometimes you get problems that they don't tell me about,
Right.
they don't tell me about, and they hide it. They have issues, that they have problems that they have, and they hide it from me. I don't like when people do that. They hide problems that they had for a while, and they don't tell me about it for some reason. I don't know why they do that to me. But
Right. Right.
and also like last minute meetings, they wait till the last minute to tell me about meetings, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
about it for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you do level two support. Is it like do you do like desktop support, or is it like PC technician, or is it like server admin? Is it network admin, or is it a combination of everything?
It's everything. So like my company, in total endpoints, we have about 80,000
Oh my
all over
goodness.
the world. And it's not just like one client. So like it could be like a Mac environment, you know, Windows 7, Windows 10. It could be like, Azure, or just like a domain. They could have QuickBooks, they could have Sage, they could have anything. They could use RDP, they could use terminal servers, they could use, you know what I mean? Like there's so many different kinds of stuff that I touch. So like I literally do everything. Desktop support, you mean like hands on? There's no hands on like support. So like it's more like all remote. So like anything from like I mean anything from virus removal, DNS issues, DHCP issues, group issues like AD groups, Office 365 groups, email sending, receiving issues, connecting to Wi-Fi. Internet was doesn't work on site. You have to figure out where the source is coming from. Is it internal? Is it external? Things like that. Like I said, it's
Mhm.
everything. Like QuickBooks one day, Sage the next day, internet issues the next day. Like every ticket is different. Every call was different. It could be anything, like anything, and the environment's always different. The only thing that stays the same for the most part is that most of our clients are on Office 365 right now, and the majority use a Windows 10. But like the software and stuff, I troubleshoot a lot of different kind of software. Like I fixed like a Thomson Reuters software today. I don't know if you've heard of that. Like like I don't know, man. There's a lot of different kind of stuff.
Thompson Router,
Yeah.
isn't that a program or an application? I know there's a
Yeah,
program for that that
it's an
you install on the
application.
computer that it's something to do with it's something. I'm not sure if it's financial. I'm not
It's
100% sure.
finance.
I know it's
Yep,
finance. I
accounting,
heard of it
finance.
before because I had to troubleshoot it before, and then
Yeah,
you can't just install a license key. You need to put it on a certain C drive directory, and
yeah. It
you have
has
to
to be in a
go to the
certain location.
website, copy and paste a certain serial number, and
Yeah,
then import it over to the program. Something like that. It's weird. It's really
yeah,
weird. Really
yeah. But
weird.
like I said, like it's a variety. Like I pretty much do everything. Like now, when it comes to like like admin kind of things. We're more like a break fix. So like I don't really like create things. Like I don't create like group policies. I know how to. I know how to troubleshoot them. I could if
Mhm.
I was asked to, but that's not something in my scope. If it was a request, I could do it, but it's not something we do. The knock, we have a knock. We call them tier 3, and
Mhm.
those are our actual server engineers. So they'll create group policies and stuff and all that. But like my main job is more like break fix. So like if this is an issue, I figure out why it's an issue. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm like administrating, a server every day,
Mhm.
but I do touch servers like NTFS issues, like I resolve stuff like that. But like I don't like create things or make things happen. Like I don't take things from the ground and put them up. Depending, it really depends.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but that's basically what I do. A lot of my job is PowerShell.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a lot of my job. That's something they rely on us a lot about because a lot of our technicians, like at tier 1, they don't really know how to use it, and they're kind of afraid because it's PowerShell. Like it's
Mhm.
powerful, like they're scared of it or something. But
Mhm.
that I'm fine with doing it. I enjoy PowerShell. But yeah, so that's basically what it is. It's not like administrative work. It's more or less break fix technician. Like I'm not like I'm a tech. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, it's pretty much if you kind of get what I'm saying there.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. Or how like I see that you're at home and everything. So I guess your job is good. You're happy with your job. You're happy with like they take care of you. They're okay. You know.
Yeah, it's good. The only thing that really about my job in particular is at the volume. Like we're extra. I don't know how many calls you get a day or how many tickets you work a day or whatever it is, but we're like over 1,200 calls a day sometimes.
Mhm.
So we're extremely busy. So the tier 2 guys, our job is not to take inbound calls, but since the volume is so high and there's not enough people to answer the phone, we have to save the day and do that. So that could be a frustration, you know. So we kind of lose our responsibility to help them to do their job, because there's not enough of them.
Mhm.
So it's like
Mhm.
I could be troubleshooting why their computer, won't print to like a server, like a shared server, shared printer on a server, or why they're not getting the right DNS address or something, or doing PowerShell or something when I'm resetting a password. I'm not doing the job that I was hired for. So it's that can be frustrating sometimes, but I'm
Mhm.
a team player, so I'll do it. You know what I mean? And my manager knows it's a frustration, but it's just how it is right now. So it's just we're just trying to get through it. And they're hiring a lot of people right now.
That's IT though, isn't it?
It
We're
is,
always short staffed.
yeah,
It's just-
yeah. I mean, it is. You're right. So I mean, they are hiring people consistently. It's just a lot
Mhm.
of people can't swim in this environment, man. They can't. It's too fast paced. It's too much learning on the dot. You know what I mean? You have to learn like that. And so like they can't swim, so they quit. So
Yeah, I get it.
keep
I get it.
hiring, keep hiring. But
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, I like working from home. It's nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I worked in an MSP environment where we had over 100 hedge funds, and each hedge fund had about 200, 300 employees, and we had about, I say, about 60 IT support engineers. And then you could imagine they had over, you could do the math, it's like over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people that we had to support basically. And I was closing about 400, 500 tickets a week.
That's pretty good.
That's when I worked in the MSP environment. I made a video on that actually about
Yeah.
stress. I made a video on that, and I left that job. And then when I left that job, they had to replace me with 3 people because I was closing a lot of tickets. And it was a really stressful environment. I just couldn't do it anymore. I did it for about a year and a half, and it was overwhelming for me because I had to close over 100 tickets every single day, and it was just driving me crazy. And then
Yeah, that's a lot.
they kept hiring people, man, and it just wouldn't do anything. People, the turnover was crazy because literally the
Right.
turnover, like, people will show up, they look at it, oh hell no, I ain't doing this, and then they
Right.
leave.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just
Right.
like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
definitely get it.
yeah, and
For
then
sure.
I left that job, and the current job I work right now, I'm not allowed to pick up the phone calls that come in. If I pick up a phone call, then that's bad. Like I shouldn't pick up a phone call because I have my own office I gotta take care of. So
Right.
I shouldn't be picking up phone calls. So I'll probably pick up
Lucky
maybe like
you.
6 phone calls or 7, and that's it.
Dude, lucky you.
And then I went to Dallas, which is the main office.
Yeah.
And basically, the Dallas main office, they have about 500 employees there. And I was picking up the phone calls when I was there, and they're like, Kevin, can you stop picking up the damn phone? You're too fast. I'm like, what? You guys gotta relax. So I was closing like 60 tickets over there when I
Right.
was over a day. When I was over there, they get scared of me. They're like, you okay with that? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I worked in an environment like this before, so it doesn't
Right.
really bother me. So it makes
Yeah.
the day go by faster too. So it doesn't really, it could be worse. It could be a lot more worse than that. So it's just like
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
Um, but yeah, basically, what was I gonna ask you? Oh, so what like how'd you get into IT? Did you get IT from experience, from search? You have a college degree. What do you I guess what are you equipped with? If that makes sense. What are you equipped with? What's in your belt utility for getting into IT? Or how'd
Yeah.
you get
So,
into IT?
when I was like, I was probably around 21, 22. My buddy introduced me to PC gaming,
Mhm.
and he was like, "You got to build your own computer." I'm like, "That sounds scary, dude." And he's like, "Yeah, you have to though. It's the way to do it if you want to game on a PC. You don't want to buy them pre-built." I didn't really understand any of that, so I just did it.
Mhm.
And I built my own computer, and like for some reason, after it came on, I was like, "This is amazing. I did this." Like I literally just built this thing and it came on. Like what? Like no issues, it came on. And I was just like, that is so cool. And so ever since then, I was like, I love technology. I love, computers. I love electronics. Like it's just so fascinating. And so I went to college for network administration at a technical school in where I live in Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
and I got my associate's degree. I just wanted to get the ball moving. I didn't want to go to a 4-year college because I just wanted to get in the field. I didn't want to wait for 4 years and spend all that money and be in debt for my rest of my life.
Makes sense.
So I went with the lesser cost and the lesser schooling, because I learned before I went to school was that if you get your certs, you should be good. You don't need a bachelor's in IT.
Mhm.
Some
Mhm.
places you need one, but most places they don't care. Like they'll make you, you know what I mean? If you have the certs, you're good to go. Get your Microsoft certs, whatever. Anyway, so I went to school and I built another computer in school, which was awesome. And then graduated, got my associates, got a internship with a really really small MSP, 2-man shop, and they had literally one room in like a building, like with another company in the same building. And so I worked with them for a while, and they weren't needing anyone else, so they just said, see you later. It was nice knowing you. I was like, okay, thanks, man. Thanks for the internship. That's all I needed. And then I got another job, and then from there I went to another IT help desk. I was doing like point of sale support for Gabriel Brothers. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're a clothing store.
Mhm.
But I went there, and then I got another job for a cell tower company, and I did help desk support there for a while. And then my buddy was working where I'm at now, and he got me a job here. So that's basically my whole background. I had probably 2 or 3 help desk roles before I got to tier 2 at this current company. So it was like level 1, and then tier 2. Um, Actually, I started tier 1 here and then went to tier 2. Um, but yeah,
That's nice, man.
yeah,
And what do you like I know I make videos on how to get into IT. Like, what's your suggestion? Like, what do you think is the best way? Like, if say for example this is 2020, which it is.
yeah,
Say for example it's 2020. It's
yeah,
January right now, 2020,
yeah,
and you have no certifications, no degree. You have absolutely nothing, nothing.
yeah.
But you know what you have to do now to get into IT. What would be
Right.
the first thing you would do if someone is trying to get into IT that has absolutely nothing in January 2020? What's the advice you would give them if it was up to you? I'm just wondering.
I would say if you had the money, I would say sign up for the CompTIA Plus, Network Plus, and Security Plus, and study, and then take those tests, and then get them, and
So
then pass them. That's honestly, I would say that's either that or get an associate's in IT. Either way, go to school for 18 months, and then obviously a lot of schools that do associate programs, they do internship, like they'll do like an internship class deal where they teach you how to do interviews and stuff with like IT companies or whatever your major is,
hmm
and then they'll actually put you in an internship. That's what I did. Like where I went to school, they had an internship program, so I would look for that. If you're going to go to get associates, look for a school that has an internship program where they actually find it for you, and they'll put you in the internship program, because having that internship is huge. Like it is
hmm
huge,
hmm
because a lot of companies either want experience or they want certs. Like they either want you to have the experience, and that internship experience was major, like especially for the first company I worked for, was really good. So I would say either shoot for like an associate's with an internship program at a school, or start getting certs like A+ certs.
Got it. Yeah, that's what like, I tell people about the A+, and then some people agree with me, and then some people hate me when I say that, because they're like that sort doesn't even do anything, and then I'm like, you have to put in the work, you have to get experience too with
Yeah.
it. You can't just have the certification. You have to have some sort of background with the. So you like say like the A+ is basically putting your right foot in, and your left foot is your experience. So you have to have both feet together, if that makes sense, or both foot together, if that makes sense. If you're trying to move forward, you got to have both. You can't just
Right.
have a certification and then go get a job after that. It doesn't work that way. You have to have both, or
Right.
you have to have some sort of internship of some shape or form,
Yeah.
because when you go to these interviews, a lot of them ask for that. Like I said, a lot of them ask for the A+, and a lot of them ask
They
for
do.
some sort of high school diploma, if that makes sense, or some
Yeah.
ask for an associate's. It's just like you have to have the A+. It's just, unfortunately, people might not like it, but
Yeah.
you have to have the A+, like, or associate's degree, or equivalent with
Yeah.
experience. It's
Right.
just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I would
just
say it's either associates or go get your A+, and then also would be good is to set up like a lab at home and
hmm
find like Professor Messer on YouTube and follow his instructions on installing a VM, and or get into building a PC, and you can put that stuff on your resume too. But like you said, you do need the experience with the internship. Like I think that's 100% accurate. And like every interview I've been to, they're like, "Do you have your A+? Do you have your A+? Do you have your," like you said, like and people always say you don't need it. Well, why are they asking me then?
yeah,
Like obviously they want me to have it if they're gonna ask me. You know what I mean?
yes,
So
that's the thing though. There are some people that don't have the A+, and it's probably because they have experience. And there are some
right,
people that don't have the A+ because they probably have a college degree. Either that or they went to the first job interview and they got a referral. They got a
yeah,
referral by somebody,
yeah,
or they just got lucky. Maybe the interviewer just liked them for some reason and they hired them. You don't know. So it's
yeah.
just like it's
That
different
make
for everyone.
that makes a good point. Like if you can get your certs and you don't want to go to school, like you said, referral. If you can find someone in the industry like you're friends with, hey, can you get me a job at your company? Can you refer me? You know what I mean? That could definitely work, because my company does that. We have referrals. I get compensated for every person I get hired at my company.
hmm
So I've had multiple people get jobs there. Some stayed, some not. But you know, so
hmm
the guy that actually just got a job, he doesn't have experience in help desk support or IT at all.
Wow.
He has a bachelor's in I think programming, and so
Programming.
that's I think that's why they were like, okay, yeah, he's pretty good, but he has no like IT experience. Like if they were like, how do you reset a password in AD, he would have no idea.
Hmm.
How do you put a hard drive in a computer? He'd be like, I don't know. So like it's possible to get there if you have a degree or if you have some certs. There's different routes you can take for sure. You
hmm
know.
I literally like going off topic. Well, it's kind of similar to this. I had someone email me on LinkedIn, and
Yeah.
they're like, Kevin, I'm trying to get a job in IT. Is there any way you could refer me? And I'm like, all right, let me look at your background. And we spoke for a little bit, and then actually I referred him actually to all the job recruiters that I worked with, and I actually had hooked him up with someone that I worked with, and I have to follow up with him, see what happened with him. But basically, I put a LinkedIn post because any video I make on YouTube, depending what video I make, I put it on LinkedIn as well. By the way, I don't know if you know that, but I have a
Yeah.
LinkedIn account. And I make the YouTube video and then I post it on LinkedIn as well. But it
Yeah.
depends what kind of video I make. I put it on LinkedIn, and
Right.
people on LinkedIn know who I am. So then I put his name out there. I'm like Matthew. I'm not gonna say his last name, but Matthew such and such is looking for a job. I know
Right.
it's a new year. It's a new year. It's a new year, and it starts to a new year, a new career path for everyone. And I'm trying to help him out. One hand helps the other hand. Hopefully, someone can help him out. Give him a chance. He has no
Yeah.
experience or nothing. And then
Yeah.
I CC'd Mitchell Martin is a recruiting firm, and then I CC ExecuSearch, and then I CC a bunch of firms that know who I am, and
Yeah.
then I got like 12 likes or something like that, and like 4 comments, and then I told them, yo, guy, look, Matt, look, they're commenting on LinkedIn. Look, oh, I didn't see that. Look, they told me that you need to contact them, so I have to follow up with him and see what happened to him. But he was trying to get a job in IT.
Yeah.
I referred him, but I don't know what happened. We'll see.
a
We'll
lot
see
of
what happens.
people a lot of people say that don't go recruiting, but so my take on that is that I think personally it's a lot easier to get a job through a recruiter than directly with a company. um
Definitely.
it's so much easier, and that's good. I think that you're doing that because it's a great way to get your foot in the door and the experience. So if you do have certs, or if you do have your degree in some kind of computer whatever, and you're having a hard time finding a job, like you said, don't be afraid to hit up a recruiting agency and get your feet wet, because you don't have to stay there forever. You know, you can leave after a couple years and find another job. As long as you have those, 3 years there or 2 years there, companies they'll hire you directly. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I tell people that like, like if it's a job you don't like at all, you don't like the job at all, and
yeah,
you're working for a job that you don't like go there for a year of
yeah.
whatever time you go there, get the experience, and just leave and get out. That's it.
Right,
Because
right.
at the end of the day, when you go to another job, all they care about is experience. So just do as much as you can. Do to your best of ability. You might not like your first job. You might hate it.
Right,
But
right.
at the end of the day, if you have something you could put on your resume,
Yep.
and anything you could put on your resume that's because you got that first job, you have to put it. You have to put it, and
Yeah.
you have to. Yep. Sometimes the job might not be the best job in the world, but you have to suffer a little bit in order to get that
Yeah.
experience, and
Oh
then
man.
you'll get more money afterwards.
Yeah.
The money, don't
Yeah.
worry about the money. The money will come back
We're.
later.
Yep.
The money will come by later. You don't gotta worry about that. You gotta worry
Yep.
about getting that experience first, getting that first foot in the door. Once
Right.
you have that first foot in the door and you get experience, and you even though even it's a crappy job, like the job
Yeah.
really sucks, and it's making you do like for example, like doing password resets, just like one task or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
care what it is. If it's
Yeah.
making you do like one job that's IT, but it's not a kind of full IT related, but it's IT, you could put that experience on your resume. When
Yep.
you go to the next job, they might pay you more. They might get you a better position or a better
Oh, they'll
opportunity.
definitely
So
pay
you,
you
you got
more.
to do that. You got to do that, man. I'm
No,
telling
I
you.
agree.
I'm telling you,
Um,
man. That's what it
So
is.
one of my help desk jobs was literally what you just said. I actually was a contractor for a recruiting agency, and I made terrible, literally the worst money. Well, not ever, but it was the worst money for an IT job, but the best money I ever made personally. So I didn't care, like I didn't have health insurance, but I had a great pay, because it was the best I ever made, but it wasn't good if you look at what you're supposed to be making in IT,
Hmm.
because obviously recruiters are dipping their hands in.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know that I could negotiate because I was young, I just wanted to make them, like, I was like, oh, really going to pay me that? Okay. Yep. Sign me up. I need the experience, like you said. And it was password resets. And like, it was different there. So like, if you couldn't fix an issue, all you did was just assign the ticket to the other team, and that's
Hmm.
it. Go to the next call. It's like you were done. Like, just that's it.
Hmm.
So it was like
Hmm.
but the experience, like that's all that matters. That's all it. Oh, you did help desk there for 3 years. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Well, yeah, we'd like to have you, work for us. You know what I mean? That's because
Hmm.
they know you have the experience. So, and it's not even just like so much IT experience. it's interactions that you have with users and customer service and customer support. If you can get that early on, you're golden. If you can empathize with a user when their computer won't boot and you don't get all frustrated with them, like that is a huge like achievement and trait of a person, you know, because some people can't do that.
Yeah,
You
some
know?
people cannot deal with people, and that's the reason why I'm in my job and I do white glove support is because they see I have a lot of patience.
Yep.
Literally in my job, literally like they don't throw anything at you, but like they curse the living hell out of you, and basically like
Jeez.
I just look at them and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Can I help you with anything else? And then I don't get mad at all. I'm just like, and then like you see my videos with me going like doing hands on in the office. Like I go on the phone call and I'm so nice to everyone. I'm like, hey, hi,
Yeah.
okay, hope you have a nice day. You know, I just try to be as friendly as possible because that's not my character. I'm not like that. And plus everyone's personality is different. Like
Yeah.
you and me, we're talking right now, and you seem like you have good customer service, and I have good customer service as well. But the problem is, not everyone has good customer service. So
Yeah.
that's an issue because when you're dealing with IT support or any type of IT at all, you have to deal with people. It's reality. You have to deal with people. You have to deal with stress, and you
Right.
have to deal with different personalities. You don't know what you're going to deal with when you go into an office or something like that. So, and sometimes it's not even their fault. Like sometimes the person, the client or the customer, is not
Hmm.
even their fault. They're probably having a bad day. They're
Right.
having a bad day. You don't even know that. You don't know what's going on with their life because they have a life too. So they're probably having a bad day. You don't know if they're having issues at home with their husband or wife. You don't know if
Yeah.
they recently lost someone. You don't
Yeah.
know if something else happened to them. You don't know. So
Right. Right.
everyone has their own problems, but they're not going to
Yeah.
say it in the office. So you have
Right.
to know how to handle those kinds of people. So it's a little bit of Dr. Phil when you're in IT support. You have to be Dr. Phil a little bit. You have to know how to handle those situation. You have to know how to talk to people because
Yeah.
not everyone is always happy, you know?
Yeah.
That's what
No,
it is.
it's 100% true. You gotta be
Yeah.
good at de-escalation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we learned
Mm-hmm.
really early on. My company now is the most important thing about this job is knowing how to de-escalate a user and make them feel better
Mm-hmm.
and make them feel like you're going to handle the issue and you're going to resolve the issue. And if you can make them believe that, you can de-escalate the conversation and their attitude from up here to down here, like this doesn't work for this long, blah 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 blah. And then you talk to them and like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I got so mad earlier. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
de-escalated it. You know, like you took care of it, you diffused it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know in person it can be different, it can be harder to do that, but I know over the phone it's a little easier if you're
Mm-hmm.
good at it. But in
Yeah.
person it can be a lot harder. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't imagine doing that in person. Me personally, like I'd be like, you know, like a CEO standing in front of me, like, you need to fix this. Man, that I don't know, man. Like that would be tough because I talk to CEOs and owners of companies every day, and I feel like it's easier because I have like millions of miles in between us, you know. But like when they're right in front of you, like that's got to be a whole different world there, you
Yeah,
know.
the people in the office, they really like me because they see that I'm really polite and friendly, and
Yeah, yeah,
I grew up in an environment where my parents told me to be polite to everyone and nice to everyone. So that's the reason
yeah.
why, like, you see my videos, I'm like super friendly and super nice. I'm not an a-hole to anyone. That's
Right,
just not me, you know. And it's
right.
weird. It's weird because I worked 4 years in the NYPD. You expect me to be aggressive and crazy, but I'm not because I did work for the NYPD, but I'm
You're a
not.
police
I'm not.
officer?
Yes, I was a police officer for the NYPD.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
That
Yes.
is so cool. How old are you, if you don't
So
mind
you
me
see
asking?
that so you see that diploma all the way over here? Like I'm pointing at it over here. You probably can't see it. I don't know if you can see it.
I
That's
can
actually
see.
from the NYPD. That's signed by
Wow.
Ray Kelly. And then the one behind me is signed by Ray Kelly as well. So the police commissioner of the NYPD. So I did 4 years in the NYPD. And I did 3 years of self-defense of jujitsu as well. That's because that's the guy from Aikido, the
Yeah.
sensei of Aikido who founded Aikido. I did Aikido and jujitsu for 3 years, so about two and a half, 3 years as well. So like, that's why my background
Yeah.
is very I'm very polite and nice, but
Centered.
I have very center, and I also
Yeah.
have patience because
Yeah.
I've been all the discipline I got from martial arts and also from working in the NYPD and dealing with different people. That's what it is. So I
That's
want
cool.
to I want to tell you my age, but I'm gonna wait till next month. You'll find out how old I am. I'm making a video on that.
It's your birthday next month, isn't
Yes,
it?
my birthday is next month. You'll find out one of my ages.
Hey, I have you on LinkedIn. It's probably on there.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find out. You'll find out what my age is. I'm over 20 years old though, so I'm just letting you know.
So am I. Well, I'm 28, so I don't.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically. I guess you didn't know I was in the NYPD, but yeah, I was in the NYPD for about almost 4 years. Yeah,
That's crazy.
So, yeah, but you would expect my personality to be very aggressive and crazy, but I'm not. I'm just not.
No.
That's just not me.
My dad was a Marine and a corrections officer, and he's not. He's pretty chill.
No, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So it's always the quiet ones that are the most dangerous, by the way.
For real.
Yeah, I'm just letting
Right.
you know. So I'm not saying I'm crazy, but but yeah. So yeah. So basically, yeah, that's basically it, man. Yeah, you gotta have a good. You gotta have a strong foundation.
Yeah.
When it comes to working in IT. It's personality, de-escalating the situation, dealing with different people.
Yeah.
I say 90% of it is personality and communication. If you
Yeah.
give them good communication,
Yeah.
then you tell them what's going on and they know what's
Right.
going on, then they won't bother you anymore. They won't annoy you or bother you anymore. It's all communication. You gotta have communication skills, and that's a lot of problem with people that work in IT. I noticed this. I'm letting you know right now. I'm not sure if you do this. I noticed this that there's a ticketing system. They have 3 people working on the same ticket, and then they don't tell the client or the user what's going on. And then
Right.
the client's like, "What happened to this ticket? Why does he have it now? Or why does she have the ticket now? What happened to it? What's going on?" And then they can't read the comments or anything that's going on in the ticket, and they don't tell the client or the user what's going on with the ticket. They don't tell them anything. They absolutely tell them nothing. There's no communication or nothing. That's one example. Another example with me was like someone gave me a ticket for installing Adobe Acrobat, and someone already did it. And then I'm trying to install it again when it's already installed, and I'm like, why the hell is this program here when someone did it already? You know, it's like little things like that. It's like you have to communicate with each other, and you have to communicate with the client. It's just like that doesn't happen sometimes. I mean, in this job, I'm okay, but in my other job, no one tells me anything. I don't like that. Like you gotta communicate with each other. The teamwork, it has to be there. You have to have good teamwork. You have no teamwork, you're gonna sink. Basically, you're gonna drown. It's not gonna work. So basically, what it is, man.
That's kind of why I like my team, because like our tier 2 team, like we're really small knit. Like there's only like 20 guys and then a 1 manager. And like if any ticket comes in and like one of us touched it, like we're gonna start talking about it. Like so like we have a good communicate. We're talking all day long, like on teams. We're discussing different tickets that come in and go out, and like, hey, what did you do on this? Or hey, you want this ticket back? It was in your queue. Or hey, like, can you work on this? My shift's ending. Like it's harder to do that in a lower level environment, like with the tier in our environment, because like there's so many people. Like tickets literally can just get lost sometimes, because like I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. So like it happens, and like it's hard sometimes, but we've built it so like if your ticket's being worked on, like, and you're not on the phone, you'll get an email or something. Like if we can't if we try to call you, you'll get an email. We follow up every day, until we can get a hold of you. And if we don't get a hold of you after a week, your ticket's going to get closed,
That's important. Like that, that's the thing that people don't do. People don't understand.
You gotta own it. You gotta own it.
You own it. You seek it. You see it to the end. But also, you gotta let them know that you're working on it, or some sort of email or something. Let them know that you're doing it, because people will be like, "Oh, I'm following up on this ticket. I'm following up on this ticket. I'm following up this ticket. This ticket no one hasn't done anything in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 1 day or 3 days. It's just you gotta follow up with the client or the user, because they get mad when you don't do that.
Right.
It's not their fault. It's not their fault, because they don't know what goes on with the ticket, unless they have access to see the ticket. So it's not their fault.
They don't know the system.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what it is. So yeah, man. So that's what it is. So you're in PA.
Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so I guess if you come to New York, I'll buy you a drink when you come to New York. If you drink, I'm not sure if you drink.
I actually don't drink, but I like some pizza.
Oh, definitely. The New York pizza is really good, man.
I know. That's why I said that.
New York pizza is good.
it's actually funny you said that because I told my wife I was like I've never been in New York. I said I want to go to Niagara Falls for sure. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I really want to go see Niagara Falls like on the New York side. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's closer. I don't have to go to a different country. You know, like or Jersey or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's closer to New Jersey, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you just go up there, you know. And I want to go, you know, obviously Times Square and all that. Yeah, I know. I told her I want to go on a weekend because it's not far, you know. A Mets game or a Yankees game, I don't care
Mm-hmm.
either way. Yeah, Yankees would be cool. It's like one of my favorite teams. So
Yeah, we could just let me know, like text me or message me.
yeah,
Let me know. I mean, you have my email address. So just let
yeah,
me know. Let me
yeah.
know. Let me know when you're in New York next time, and then I'll show you around, and we can hang out and chill,
That
and
would be cool,
we'll
man.
get some pizza or something. We'll do
Yeah,
something. Let me
yeah.
know
Because
when you're around.
I don't want to just go there and know how to get around. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Let me know.
it's so
Let me
big.
know. Yeah, yeah. Let me. We'll go to Times Square or Manhattan, and we'll do something. There's a lot of
Yeah,
good pizzerias over here, man. Food is amazing here. You'll like
love
it.
food.
Yeah.
For
Food is
sure.
the food is good, man. Let me know. I'll take you out to eat or something.
That would be sweet, man. Appreciate it.
You'll get to see me in person. You'll be
Yeah.
surprised actually, but but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely let me know. Um, yeah, that's it, man. That's it. I just wanted to interview you
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people have 1,000 questions,
Right.
and I don't want to play questions. I don't want to play questions 100, 110 questions or whatever. I'm not gonna ask you 1,000
Yeah.
questions, but I wanted to give people, a nutshell of what you
Yeah.
do, how to
Yeah.
get into IT,
Yeah. Yeah.
talk to an actual person. I'm not talking to a robot,
Right. Yeah.
you know, I'm not talking to an AI system that, that doesn't work in IT. I'm talking to a human being,
Right.
so,
Yeah.
and let people know that, anyone could get into
Anyone.
IT, anyone could do IT, anyone could learn IT. It doesn't matter how old you are, you could learn IT. It doesn't matter how old you are, or age or
Oh no.
anything, you know, and there are
No.
different methods and ways to get into IT. So,
Yeah.
it's just, that's what it is.
Yep.
That's what it is. And,
100%. Yeah. And
and
there's different departments. Like
mm-hmm,
there's different IT. You can do like security. You can do networking. You can do programming, scripting. There's different areas where you could work. You know, server. You know, system admin, system engineer,
mm-hmm,
analyst, QA. You can even do QA. That's a part of IT. You know, quality analyst for a support desk or quality analyst for like programming, like looking over code. And that's all IT. You know, it's all
mm-hmm,
related. It's all IT. You know, so there's so
mm-hmm,
many different paths you can take. You know,
mm-hmm.
you don't have to just do support. You know, if you don't want to.
Yeah,
But
exactly. So I tell people that people think that you assume that you're gonna be a help desk forever, and it doesn't work that way. You can do whatever you
no,
like.
yeah,
You might start a help desk depending what you do or depending what
yeah,
route you take, but then
yeah,
you could go to something else like sysadmin, network admin,
right,
do cloud computing, do security, do
yeah,
coding, do programming, be a developer, be a software developer. You could work for what, Google, Facebook, whatever. A bunch of different companies. And it's just you got to see what you like. Do what you like. Don't do what you don't like. Do what you like. If
I,
you like your job, then you like your
yeah.
job. If you don't like it, then don't do it.
I will touch on
So,
that real quick. I do notice something in a trend in the most recent years. If you don't want to do help desk off the gate, I would recommend getting your bachelor's degree in computer science.
yes, yes.
Yes,
I agree
because
with that.
yeah, you'll have a much better time getting like a sysadmin job or a junior sysadmin job with a bachelor's degree right out of college than an
hmm
associate's degree or just certs.
hmm
Just that's just how it is. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I see it on LinkedIn. People just get out of college, and have a bachelor's in computer science and they're working as a system admin.
hmm
So if you want to go that route early, I would recommend, getting your bachelor's. But,
Yeah, yeah. You get a bachelor's degree, or you could do help desk and work from the bottom and then go up
yeah, or you
afterwards.
could start entry level and work up.
Yep, yep, yep. Those are two ways to get into it. Or unless you
Um,
know somebody, you know someone. That's
yeah,
different.
unless you know someone, that's the key. That's the
Yeah.
key for sure.
It's not. Sometimes I say, as I tell people, it's sometimes in life, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah,
Sometimes, sometimes.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you
Yep.
if you can find someone that is a little up there in the chain, and they can put your resume in and vouch for you, yeah, you'll have a better time getting a job most
Mm-hmm.
likely.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, we've been talking for over an hour, man. Oh my goodness.
Really?
And
I don't think
about
about an
45
hour.
minutes. Just about 45 minutes. So, do I have your permission to upload this or no?
Oh, to YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah. Just I don't know if you could see my name down there. Just cut that out. Not my name, but just the company name.
got it. Got it.
I appreciate that.
Yep, I'll cut that out. Yep.
Thanks, man. No, yeah, please upload it. That's kind of what the point is. I want everyone to see it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, man. Next time you come to New York, let me know.
Yeah.
You have my email address. I'm gonna edit this video out, and then after that, I'll upload it.
All right. Hey, if you want to do a part 2, I'm down.
Definitely
Just
do a
chit
part
chat.
2.
Just
Yeah,
chit
we
chat.
talk about
Hey,
whatever.
I could pull someone else in too if someone wants to.
Yeah,
Another tier
yeah,
2.
we'll pull like someone that does tier 3 or whatever. Somebody that does something else.
Yeah.
Know anyone?
I know one tier 3 guy, but he is a little older. I don't know if he'd really want to do it. Maybe. I don't know. He's like our only tier 3 guy in the U.S. So like he's just he's been there for a long time, and I don't know. Maybe.
Get one of your friends that you know that does the same thing that you do, similar to what you do. And well, so we have a different input on everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different input, a different opinion.
Yeah,
That
for
makes sense.
sure. Yeah, we
Hmm.
could definitely do that.
Hmm.
Just let me know whenever you want to do it again, and I'll be glad to. I thank you for having me on here, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. I have a small channel, man. It's not
Well,
nothing
no,
crazy.
it's not about the size of your channel. It's about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
content that you're providing because I take interest in it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like, because if you search help desk on YouTube or desktop support, you don't really get new stuff anymore.
Hmm.
It's all like older videos, like, and there's nothing that explains anything,
Hmm.
and it's just really dry. Um,
Yeah, got
so
it.
it's good to have what you're doing. It's good what you're doing. I really enjoy it.
No,
For
man,
sure.
that's my job, man. I'm here to help people. I do it to help. I do it out of the kindness of my heart. I like to help people, man. It's just me. I like to help people. I've been a positive person since a couple years ago. I've been a positive person. So, I was given I was given an opportunity to help people, and I'm gonna take it. So that's why I'm doing
For
this
sure.
now. So
It's awesome, man.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah, man. No problem. I'm gonna edit it out, and I'll let you know when
Okay.
I'm done,
All right.
and then you'll see it. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna erase certain things here so that don't see the company and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. But we should
I
be good.
forgot that was on there because I'm on my work computer, so it's
Yep.
okay.
No, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
We'll do another live stream later on in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Awesome.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
I'll let you know.
All right, man. Take it easy. You have a good evening, and thank you again.
No, thank you for everything too, man. You have a
Of
great
course.
day. Have a
Yeah.
great evening. Stay positive, and I hope you have a great one. A good one.
You too, man.
All right.
Later.
All right. Take care, man. Bye bye. Peace. All right, guys. I am done recording. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to edit this out, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Take care. Peace.